Welcome. This tutorial covers the video conferencing module within Counseling World. So if you are a client of Counseling World and you're getting ready for an appointment, you will have received a confirmation email regarding your appointment, and within that confirmation email will be instructions. And we're going to follow those instructions now. So if you click on the link to the instructions, it will take you to a particular page. In this case, I am just going to type in Counseling World because some people will just go right to counselingworld.com. And by the way, you must use either a Google Chrome browser or an Internet Explorer browser. Safari and Firefox won't work with the technology. The technology is, they're not set up for this particular type of technology, the video conferencing technology that we use. But Google Chrome is, as is Internet Explorer. So I've gone to Counseling World and I'm going to push one of these buttons. You can actually go to a menu here, but I'm just going to select Find a Provider. And you've already done this when you signed up for an appointment. But on that page of Find a Provider, if you look over to the right there, there's an image of a woman having a video conference. Just go ahead and click on that image, click to attend your scheduled session. And this is the link that's in your email, and it'll take you to this page. Okay, and if you'll notice, underneath the instructions is a dialog box that gives you a choice here. Click here to join our chat. And you can go full page if you want, but I'm not going to use that for this video. So I'm just going to click here to join the chat, and there is a password and a user ID required. If you've never set one up, you can just enter it here, hit enter, and it will create a new one for you and start you on the chat session. So I am going to type in one that I've already set up, and I'm going to type in the password, and then I'm going to hit enter. And now it's working, and it's put me in. My username for this example is test21, and I have a test12 set up on a different computer in the office, so I will be going back and forth to show you how this works. Okay, so you're test21, and you want to go into, if you look over again, you're logged in. You can actually close this dialog box if you'd like. And we want to go into a chat room because that's where your counseling session is. And for this demonstration, we're going to go into chat room number 10. The email that you receive, the confirmation email you receive for your appointment, will have the conference room number along with the conference room password, and you must enter that password in here in order to start your session. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, that's entered in, and now I will hit the enter key. And it logs me in. Let me center this a little bit. Now you can see in this dialog box, this is the chat box. There are no videos at this time showing. There's no video session because we have to turn those on. And you can see there's a user test12, we'll call that person the counselor, and test21, that's me, the actual client. Okay, so I will click on my name. This is very important. And then you see this button right here, this camcorder button, video chat button. You click on that, and it brings up another dialog box. Okay, now remember, I'm in Google Chrome for this demonstration, or you can also use Internet Explorer. I'm going to press continue, and it's telling me to start my webcam. Notice this button up here it's a microphone button, and it has a circle with a line through it, red circle, saying it's on mute. So the first thing you want to do is unmute your microphone. And the reason is because everybody forgets to do that. So if you do that first, you don't have that issue. Sometimes over to the right here, your speakers will be muted too. So you want to make sure that those are unmuted. Those are not muted. Both of those are live. And then you'll notice the webcam, there's an arrow button, and on that cursor over it, it says turn on camera. I'm going to click on that. So my camera is turning on. It's Adobe Flash Player setting, and it's going to ask, do you want to allow the camera? Say yes. Now this is very important. In the browser, if you look up here, a drop-down box occurred, and it said, it gives a message that says, Counseling World wants to use your camera and microphone. Do you want to allow that? The answer is yes. Once you allow that, it should not come up again because we put a cookie on your machine that says you accepted that. If you deny it, then we can't do video counseling. So you want to allow it. Okay. And there is my camera pointing at my ceiling because my ceiling is much more attractive than I am. It's a beautiful wood ceiling. Okay, so we are set up, and now we're waiting for the counselor to come on board. And you want to make sure that you get set up prior to the session, because you don't want to use your time, your valuable time that's typically for a session, in the setup process. So you want to be set up prior to your session. Okay. Now I'm going to put you on pause for a moment, and I'm going to start acting like the counselor and set up another session, or come into this session. Okay, and so now you see a second screen to the right, and your screen, your camera here. And if it's blank over here, we're saying waiting for a feed. You'll sometimes get a message down here that says the counselor has invited you for a one-on-one chat, and then once you're in the room, you may see that if they're there first, and you can just click on that to accept that message. And when you do, the process will begin. Okay, so here we are. Now, this video can be expanded. This is your counselor's video. You can click on that and expand that video to a larger size. Okay, so you can select that size, but you also want to probably keep your dialog box open. Now, sometimes you'll lose the dialog box. You'll misplace it, so to speak. It'll go behind one of your other screens because you've clicked a box or the wrong box. So if you go to the top of your chat and you minimize that, these will come up front on top. Okay. The disadvantage of having that minimized is that if you receive a text message from your counselor, maybe the counselor will send you a link here in your text box. You can also send texts back and forth here. You can also, if you click on this button right here, you can share a document. You can set up a doodle pad. If you need to type in a different language, if it's not a Latin language, you would need to select a language in which to type. And you can also insert an image. Okay. You can delete your messages here with this delete box, and I'll delete all. And now your message box is empty. A few other things you can do um, within your chat box is you can look at a friends list if you've created one. You can also click on your name and you can sign out. You can change your avatar. You can set your availability. You can actually add some profile information, your status, and set a signature. Okay, these you probably won't use too much for purposes of video counseling. And now you can see that your video counseling screens are behind this chat box screen, and so I will minimize that. And now here are your video screens. And since I don't want to keep that open, I'm going to close that, and I'm just going to use these two. Okay. And now you can continue on your conference. Notice I have my speaker turned off here. You want to make sure that that's turned on, otherwise you can't hear what the other person is saying. And you want to keep your microphone on to make sure that the other person can hear what you're saying. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much and enjoy your session.